Welcome back to the campus segment of the LWC News Magazine. This segment is dedicated to news from the Hill. There's a unique energy about this next group of students. They're fueling up this school year with biodiesel. Emily Ramage shows us how this group is helping to reduce Columbia's carbon footprint.
Lindsey Wilson College has high energy when it comes to sustainability. The college has created an academy for Adair County High School students, giving students hands-on opportunities to engage in green technology. Students prove excellence in energy, engineering, and senior projects for the chance to come to Lindsey Wilson College on scholarship. Director of the Energy Technology Career Academy, Heather Spoon, explains how students focus on environmentally friendly projects.
We also have a partnership with the City of Columbia that involves biodiesel. And so once we get this tested, and we get a free test through the EPA, once we get our process established, I'll have it tested to make sure it meets the ASTM standards.
This is waste vegetable oil that students in our community are gathering from local homes and local restaurants to make biodiesel fuel.
And then we'll be using a diesel generator also to test regular diesel versus our biodiesel. You know, what does an 80-20 blend look like? What does a 50-50 blend look like? How do they burn? What's different about it? So these students, and especially my seniors coming into the second and third trimesters, will be doing a lot of the research on different blends of biodiesel and regular petroleum-based diesel.
Students learn the process of making biodiesel. Then they head to the agriculture barn to put their biofuel ideas into action.
The biodiesel, learning how to create the biodiesel and make it where we can actually put it in vehicles and stuff.
And like we're pretty much one big family. We're real comfortable around each other, and we're not really afraid to let ourselves go, I guess.
The biodiesel that is produced will be used in the community.
What an amazing outreach these students are providing for our community. This month, the LWC Spotlight shines on a faculty member at Lindsey Wilson College, Laura Nisley. Nisley is the newest assistant professor of the biology department, but she is not so new to campus.
Laura Wheat Nisley thought she would never get to experience a class in Lindsey Wilson College's Jim and Helen Lee Fugate Science Center. Nisley graduated from LWC in May of 2006, 3 months before the Fugate Science Center opened. On Wednesday, August 17th, Nisley finally got to experience a class in the Fugate Science Center. However, it was not as a student. She was now a professor of biology.
And I actually graduated from Lindsey Wilson in 2006 with a major in biology and modern chemistry and health science associate's degree. And I actually got into the IPEPS program at the University of Louisville, where I received my master's and PhD in physiology and biophysics.
Nisley's ties to LWC and the surrounding community are one of the big reasons she decided to take her passion for science and bring it back to what she considers home.
I had just actually gotten to my PhD, and I knew I wanted to come home to my husband. You know, my husband's from here, my family's from here, and I wanted to come back to the area just because I loved it so much. And it was always in my mind, if I could get a job teaching at Lindsey, that's where I was going to come to. And then it just so happened I was up for graduation. There was a job opportunity, and I just jumped all over it.
Nisley practically lived in the lab while working on her PhD at the University of Louisville. She is energetic about passing on her acquired knowledge.
I just fell right into it. I've enjoyed it. I like making the class plans, going over the material, because my PhD is actually in physiology and biophysics, so it's something that I've enjoyed and done for the past 5 years, and it's just a continuation.
Along with biology, Nisley hopes to expand her course offerings to LWC students.
Hopefully, within the next year, I'll actually be able to do a pathophysiology class for an upper-level elective.
For LWC News Magazine, I'm Travis Smith.
For many, once you've been a part of Lindsey, it sure is hard to leave. We've heard from Nisley, and she's really enjoyed being back. If you want a place where you can find all of the details for Blue Raider sports, you've found it. Stay tuned at the end of the show for Blue Raider game dates. And coming up next from Lindsey Wilson College, Chris Wells with sports.
If you subscribe to the crazy notion that the financial goals of a lifetime deserve more than a 10-minute chat.
If you believe your financial advisor should listen as much as he speaks.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Contact Josh Root in Jamestown or Adam Stilley in Russell Springs.
Bank of Jamestown has been serving this area since 1899, and our commitment runs deep into the soil of Russell County. This gives us more reasons to provide superior banking products and excelling personal service. Whether you need a loan or you're looking for a safe place to keep your money, Bank of Jamestown is the bank for you. Visit one of our 3 full-service locations in Russell County, the main location on the square, our Industrial Park office in Jamestown, and the East 80 office in Russell Springs. Bank of Jamestown, old friends to this community that care about you. Come visit your neighborhood Napa Auto Parts store. We've got everything you need to keep your vehicle running smooth. You can stop in at one of our 3 stores in Russell Springs, Columbia, or Campbellsville. We're your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Dad, where does breakfast come from?
Mom?
In a faraway land, there is the kingdom of breakfast. Every morning, giants go on a long journey and make a delivery to some breakfast wizards. They use magic wands to turn everything hot and tasty. And before you know it, you've got a hot and delicious breakfast.
So, where did I come from?
The simple joy of a real breakfast.
We just got a DVR. It's digital video recorder. It records everything at the push of a button. Sports, movies, even the History Channel.
It's so easy, even my mom could do it.
Now I don't have to worry about missing cartoons when I have homework. You can stop it and go back. Dad says it's better than the VHS.
Whatever that is.
Upgrade to a DVR from Duo County and get your first month free.
LWC News Magazine welcomes you back to the Blue Raiders sports segment. Fall is in the air, and for the 2nd season now, that means football. Chris Wells takes us to Blue Raiders Stadium for the Coach's Corner. LWC News Magazine gives you a first glance at Coach Oliver and his team.
Thanks, Stephanie. Last November, the Lindsey Wilson College football team capped an incredible season with a 51-22 win at Virginia Wise. That marked the 5th win in the inaugural season. The director of that football season was Coach Chris Oliver, and he joins us on this week's Coach's Show. And Coach, I don't know that anyone could have anticipated 5 wins. Great season. Now what you got to do for an encore?
Well, first of all, we have to figure out that winning 5 games last year doesn't mean a lot this year. We're pleased we were able to get a few W's under our belt, finish 3rd in the conference. But our goal is to win our conference, to win the Mid-South Conference East Division. And we need to realize that winning 5 games in year 1 doesn't mean we're just going to show up and win 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever that is in year 2. And our guys are working hard, and we're looking forward to getting back going.
Now, you won those 5 games. I don't dwell on last season too much, but you won those 5 games with over 90% of freshmen. The great thing about those freshmen is they go up to sophomores, and now you got sophomores and juniors. Has to be a benefit from a leadership standpoint.
It is, and it's good to have guys who come back, they know how to practice, they know what to expect with the teams in our conference, they understand how to go from meeting to meeting and what time you need to go to dinner after practice and all those little things that you don't think about, that you don't understand as freshmen. And now we have sophomores back, and we have a big group of freshmen again, but now those sophomores are able to lead those new freshmen and kind of show them the ropes, and that's been a big help.
You have an incredible, difficult schedule once again. The Mid-South Conference is always full of teams that can contend for a national title, getting to the playoffs. This year's no different.
Yeah, it's a difficult schedule. It's a great football conference. This year you have the top 3 teams, and last year's standings are bringing back just about everyone. We didn't have a lot of seniors on those top 3 teams, so it's going to be even more competitive at the top. And then we have 3 new coaches within the conference on some of those other teams that were towards the bottom of the rankings. So you don't always know what to expect, and you got to expect that they're going to be improved, though. So we have a challenge ahead of us. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
That's Coach Chris Oliver. You can follow him on Twitter at LWC_football all season long. And then you can watch him on the Coach Chris Oliver Show on the Lindsey Wilson Sports Network at lindsayathletics.com.
Each month, LWC News Magazine will feature at least one standout athlete. For our September edition, we got a 2-for-1 deal. Chris Wells takes us to the court to meet not one, but 2 standout seniors from the Blue Raider volleyball team.
It seemed like just a few short years ago that my guest for the Blue Raiders standout was stepped foot on this campus, but now 4 years later, they're seniors. I welcome in Kayla Korber and Rachel Anderson for Blue Raider standout. And Rachel, is that hard to believe that you're a senior now? And what are the roles of being a senior?
Just being friends with everybody and just being a captain, mainly.
Kayla?
I think it's really about making the girls who are from out of state feel welcome and feel like they're part of the team, because I'm out of state and Rachel's not from around here either. So it's just, making them feel comfortable with the college, with the team, with, Columbia in general, and then taking on the captain leadership role on the court and off the court.
Both of you have an entirely new team around you, pretty much. Coach Andy Cavins has brought in a plethora of freshmen and transfers into the program. How's that different this year than, I guess, years past?
Usually, we came in with 7, so it's different just having the 2 of us. So I think that they've kind of bonded together, and I think that that's a good thing, having more come in at once than just a few. So.
Okay, let's talk about this year's goals. What do you guys hope to accomplish in 2011?
We obviously hope to win conference. I mean, that's the biggest goal I think that we have this year, and get a bid to nationals and go and actually compete. Not just get kicked out first round, but actually play with the teams that we know that we're capable of taking down.
And not only do you have a lot of new teammates, you also have a brand new coach in Coach Andy Cavins. Talk a little bit about what that process has been.
It's been different because in the past we've gone through 4 coaches now, so we're just taking on just the way he coaches is different than the past coaches, so that's just the big struggle.
And what is that coaching style? What have you encountered?
Very intense, which is good, because I think as a player in a sport like this, you need somebody on your tail the whole time, telling you what to do and how to do it and fixing your mistakes and always pushing you to be better. If we don't have somebody telling us to be better, then it's really hard to push yourself.
That's Kayla Korber and Rachel Anderson, this week's Blue Raider standouts. You can follow everything that they do throughout the entire season at lindsayathletics.com. I'm Chris Wells, and this has been the Sports Report on the Lindsey Wilson News Magazine.
Well, that wraps up sports and the September edition of LWC News Magazine. See you every Monday at 11 and 7. We'll be here covering your community and campus news. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for Blue Raider game dates. I'm Stephanie Tarter. Have a great Monday.